Coach Tackett has helped to shape the course of Viking tradition and success.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Tippecanoe Valley High School and tonight's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football here on RTC TV4. Good evening, everyone. Steve Stricker here with Marshall Jackson tonight. We're going to get started just a little bit early. They're honoring Coach for Tippecanoe Valley and his long run of experience. We're going to turn the headset over to the PA announcer here in a moment. We're going to cover senior night activities here for the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings as they're getting set to take on the Wabash Apaches tonight. Wabash comes in with a 1-6 record on the season. Tippecanoe Valley at 4-3, winners of their last 3 contests, including a huge win last week against the Rochester Zebras, who were previously undefeated. So we're going to send the headset up here in just a moment to the PA announcer as we do the senior night activities. And we'll come back with more of our pregame here at Tippecanoe Valley here in just a moment, as soon as we finish up with the senior night stuff. So.
Well, at this time, we'd like to take time to recognize our full senior athletes, managers, cheerleaders, and band members at our last regular season home game. Because of the work and dedication of these young men and women, we at Tippecanoe Valley have many reasons to be proud. And at this time, we'd like to begin with the band. Dakota Parker, son of Kevin and Sarah Prater. Arcus Skeens, son of Stuart Skeens and Amy Ramirez. Jeremiah Thompson, son of Jesse and Sabrina Thompson. For football, Dwight Conley, son of Eric Conley and John and Casey Schropp. Cameron Parker, son of Josh and Michelle Parker. Alex Morrison, son of Jose and Rhonda Morrison. Wes Melanson, son of Pat and Claudia Melanson. Gunnar Holloway, son of James and Ginger Holloway. John Hume, son of Brandy Davis. Noah Miller, son of Stan and Carrie Miller. Alex Bell, son of Robert and Pepper Bell. Brant Norris, son of Aaron and Nicole Norris. Jose Riviere, son of Rito and Lynette Riviere. The manager, Brooke Gotham, daughter of Aaron and Sabrina Gotham. Next we have tennis, Ethan Yates, son of Todd and Ann Yates. Then we have volleyball, Sarah Myers, daughter of Byron and Stephanie Myers. Anna Walters, daughter of Michael and Joyce Walters. Kennedy Brooks, daughter of David and Christy Coke. Rachel Sriracha Randall, daughter of Mark Randall and Shannon McLaughlin. Shaylee Shriver, daughter of Jeff and Jeannie Shriver. Hannah Durkis, daughter of Craig and Sherry Durkis. Marlia Myers, daughter of Brett and Lori Myers. Sophie Buzzard, daughter of Chuck and Bridget Buzzard. Hannah Jansma, daughter of Michael and Rosie Jansma. Next we have our cheerleader, Caitlin Shepard, daughter of Kevin Shepard and Becky Shepard. Hannah Becker, daughter of Ryan and Tina Becker. McKenna Bradley, daughter of Josh and Heather Bradley and Josh and Stephanie Shepard. Brianna McBriar, daughter of Brandon and Beth McBriar. Mackenzie Dunn, daughter of James and Nicole Dunn. Lorena Santiago, daughter of Saffron and April Santiago. Next we have our cross country. Lorena Santiago, daughter of Saffron and April Santiago. Haley Hoover, daughter of Jeff and Bethany Hoover. Lauren Sponseller, daughter of Scott and Sponseller and Aubrey Jones. Evan Lohman, son of Eric and Melanie Lohman. Justin Pacoda, son of Randy and Tammy Hurd. Elijah Holder, son of William and Joy Holder. Then we have our soccer team. Manuel Dominguez, son of Aura and Norma Dominguez. And then Alexis Algar, son of Alberto Algar and Alisby Rodriguez. Dakota Snap, son of Jeff and Mariah Snap. Andrew Hetzel, son of Dale and Tim Hetzel. Matthew Helvey, son of Todd and Rhonda Helvey. Harrison Viney, son of Richie Viney. Arturo Rosa, son of Arturo Rosa and Laura Arturo. And Theo Mothwinkle. Host parents are Aaron and Nicole Norris. Tippecanoe Valley Booster Club would like to present keepstakes t-shirts to all the seniors. And on behalf of the athletic department, we'd like to thank those individuals and parents for their time and efforts in their contribution to Tippecanoe Valley High School. So you see them out there. They're our seniors. We love them. Let's give them a real round of applause.
All right, so the seniors in a lot of the fall sports here being recognized tonight here at Tippecanoe Valley High School as we get set to go. We got about 25 minutes before we start here with the Vikings and the Apaches. We'll take a quick break, come back here in just a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Steve Stricker here with Marshall Jackson tonight. We've got Libby Wojcik and Nate over there on the camera for us this evening. Nate's going to be popping back over here. And Marshall, you're going to be going up there. We're doing a little training as we go tonight. So
sounds good.
Going to give you an idea of every aspect of what we got going on here. So the captains are out at midfield. We still got a little bit here before we get going. So let's go over some of the pregame stuff that we have here. It's the 1-6 Wabash Apaches taking on the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings, who come in at 4-3. But they're on quite the streak here. They started off the season 1-3 and have won their last 3 games, including big win last week against Rochester here at Tippy Valley in the Bell game. Coach Adam Hanley in his first season at Wabash 1-6 in that season. Steve Moriarty 6-11 in his second year here at Tippecanoe Valley. Wabash 0-3 versus common opponents. Tippecanoe Valley is 3-0 against those same opponents. Series of the last 30 years, Tippecanoe Valley leads 10-3, and their last meeting came on October 6th of last year. Wabash won that one by 30-29 mark. So there's a lot of stuff going on here tonight. Tippecanoe Valley is going to be without the services of their leading rusher, Cameron Parker. The senior is out with a head injury. He's got 754 yards on the season from the ground, but he also has a total of 896 all-purpose yards. So they're going to be missing the senior tonight here against the Apaches. Going to have to look to some other folks to pick up the slack here. Going to be looking at number 5, Alex Morrison, another senior, 6'3", 230 pounds. He's got 143 yards on the season. Wes Melanson, another senior, has 163 yards on the season. He's going to have to pick up his game tonight as well. And Dakota Gaff, a junior, who has 192 yards on the season. All going to be looking to have to pick up some load here as the senior Cam Parker is out tonight. Parker also does a lot for the Vikings in the air, has 134 yards receiving, second only to Alex Morrison. So they're gonna really feel the loss of Parker here this evening. They've got a Wabash team coming in that has struggled a little bit this season, only has one win. It's a conference win. So let's go down here and look a little bit at the conference standings as we are in the final game here of the season before the TRC crossovers take place next week. Tippecanoe Valley comes in with a 3-1 mark, and they're going to be playing next week at either Mechaniqua or Southwood. That game's going to be happening here tonight. Both teams are 3-1 in the TRC South. So the matchup tonight with Mechaniqua and Southwood, and that is actually taking place at Mechaniqua. So the Braves coming in, having a really good season here under their first-year head coach, are 3-0, and that matchup with Southwood, who's ranked number 4 in Class A, boy, that ought to be a really good one. So Valley is in the leader's position here with the North Division at 3-1. Rochester, with the loss last week, dropped to 2-1. And Rochester is going to be hosting Manchester, who is in the bottom of the North Division at 0-3 tonight over at Rochester. So Tippecanoe Valley in the driver's seat, looking to take that top seed in the North, and looking to see who they're going to be playing next week. It's going to be at the number 1 seed in the South, so either at Southwood or at Mechaniqua, depending on who picks up the win there. So Wabash comes in with a 1-3 mark, one slot ahead of Peru in the South Division. So they're trying to pick up their second win of the season. They've struggled so far this year, but they're going to be coming in here tonight trying to get some momentum going into the TRC crossover and also sectionals the following week. So we're going to take a break here, and we'll come back with more pregame here from Tippecanoe Valley High School in just a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to the pregame show from Tippecanoe Valley High School. We're getting set to go. It's going to be the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings coming in at 4-3, taking on the Wabash Apaches coming in at 1-6. So it ought to be a great contest here, a TRC crossover. The TRC North leading Tippecanoe Valley Vikings taking on the Wabash Apaches from the South Division of the TRC. So the Apaches come in. Rushing leaders for Wabash is Jared Holly, a 6'2", 150-pound junior, leads the team with 441 yards rushing on the season. Another top rusher for them is number 37, Kalen Kelsheimer, a junior as well, 180 pounds and 6 foot tall. He has 249 yards rushing on 55 attempts. And their top receiver, number 17, Peyton Sodervik, a 5'8", 135-pound junior, has 329 yards rushing on 27 receptions. Averages 12.2 yards per reception, has a long of 41, and he has 3 touchdowns on the year. As far as touchdowns go, leading the team with 4 is number 80, Logan Van Velden, a senior, with 4. So Wabash comes in here with only 1 win on the season, but they've got some pretty good threats on the offensive end. And as we said earlier, the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings are going to be without the services of their number 1 rusher in Cameron Parker. So they're going to have to find some offense. So a little side-by-side comparison. We talked about Wabash being 0-3 versus common opponents. Rochester won against Wabash 42-15. Manchester defeated them 36-29. North Miami defeated them 32-19. On the other side of that, Tippecanoe Valley defeated Rochester last week 13-7. They defeated Manchester 46-25, and they defeated North Miami 36-6. So you would think that coming in, especially with the hot streak the Vikings have been on, that they would have an opportunity here to pick up another win and go into the crossover with a nice 5-3 record on the season. But you don't know what's going to happen, especially when they're down their top rusher. So we're going to just mute our audio here for a moment. We've got about 13 minutes to go. We'll come back here in a few, get the starting lineups, and get everything rolling here from Tippecanoe Valley High School and RTC TV4's coverage of the Vikings here in a moment. Just over here. All right, welcome back here to Death Valley here at Tippecanoe Valley High School. We got about 4 minutes to go here before the kickoff, and it's going to be the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings taking on the Wabash Apaches. As we talked a little bit earlier, Tippecanoe Valley coming in really good shape here with a 4-3 record, coming in at 3-1 in the TRC North if they pick up the win here tonight. A couple other things have to happen, but they should be heading down to either Southwood or McConaughey next week, whoever wins that one in the TRC crossover as the #1 seed. Huge win here last week for the Vikings, coming up big versus Rochester, pulling out the win 13-7 on a last-minute touchdown. So you see the Vikings getting their introductions here on the field, and the Apaches on the far side, near side as you're watching on the television. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football here on RTC TV4. Steve Stricker joined by Marshall Jackson. Say hi, Marshall.
Hello.
Marshall's fairly new to us here. He's going to be doing some training, working on the production side of things here tonight. He's going to run the computer for us. In the second half, he's going to be going up and helping out and learning how to do some stuff on the camera. So Libby Wojcik and Nate are over there running the camera for us. So thanks to everybody here tonight for tuning in. Should be a great contest here. One note for the Vikings: they are going to be without the services of their senior running back, leading rusher, 6'2", 175, Cameron Parker tonight. He is out with a head injury, so they're going to have to find some offense outside of what they normally get from Parker. I know in the couple of games that I did, he had 170 yards rushing one game. He had 200 yards rushing another game over at Manchester. So they're going to have to find some offense without Parker here tonight. See what the Vikings can do. Hopefully there's not a letdown here for the Vikings coming off of that big win last week over Rochester. So we'll see what they can do. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Let Marshall cue up a commercial for you. And you got the next one ready. So we'll be back here in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4 Vikings football.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Death Valley. We're getting set to go here, and you can see the field very slippery. Rivera falls on the kickoff, but it still goes down, fielded at the 15-yard line, and the Vikings make the tackle. So Wabash is going to start off here at the 17-yard line as we get going. It's been a very wet, rainy day here in the north central part of Indiana, and you can see it right there on the kickoff. So Wabash is going to start their first drive from their own 17. All right, so the Apaches line up. They've got 5 wide. They got 3 to the right, 2 to the left, and out of the shotgun position. And the keeper up the left side by the quarterback, and it's going to go ahead for about 3. See if they mark him at the 20. The quarterback, number 11, Jared Hawley, a 6'2", 150-pound junior. So he picks up 3 on first. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. They're going to pull 1 back. There's a single back in the backfield. They're going to give it to the man up the middle. He gets to the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6 here for the Apaches. Well, let's call it 7 from the 20. Out of the shotgun once again, 1 back to Holly's right. 2 receivers on both sides. Holly's going to drop back, and he tries to keep, and it's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss of about 6 on the play, bringing up 4th down. So the Vikings defense comes up big here, holds the Wabash Apaches to a 3-and-out here in their first drive. So the Apaches actually netting -2 yards on that drive. 4th and 12 coming up here. And the punter lined up on the 5-yard line here for the Apaches, back deep for Tippecanoe Valley, number 11, Jalen Potter. And Potter's going to move up. The ball takes a sideways bounce, dies right at the 50, where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. Very good field position here to start the game for the Vikings. Okay, we got a flag on the field here. The referee talking to the coach. I'm going to see what he wants to do.
Referee's trying to get the umpire's attention, saying, "Hello, hello, oh, I need my." They're going to take the ball at the 50-yard line. Penalty.
So the
5-yard penalty. So Valley will get even 5 yards on the procedure penalty. So Valley will take over the 45-yard line.
So they're going to give him 5 yards on the penalty on an illegal procedure. So the Vikings get very, very good field position here, starting on Wabash's 45. So let's see what the Vikings can do here, minus their top running back here, Cam Parker, out of the game. So the quarterback for Tippecanoe Valley, number 35, Noah Miller, 5'8", 165-pound senior, lines up under center. I backfield here for the Vikings. Give it to the up back. And Gaff goes ahead for about 9 yards here on 1st down. So a good run there off the left tackle. They're going to move it back 1. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 2 here from the 37-yard line for the Vikings. Good run there on 1st down by Noah Gaff, or Dakota Gaff. Miller under center, gives to Gaff. Gaff, left side, gets spun around, brought down right at the 35. And he should be enough there for a 1st down. They're going to move the chains here, so Tippecanoe Valley picks up a 1st down here on their first drive. So they're going to be just inside of the Wabash 35 here. 1st and 10, clock running with 9:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Miller looking for the call here from the sideline. So Tippecanoe Valley had 12 men in the huddle, so they got to call a timeout to avoid the penalty. So we're going to take a quick break here and come back in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this.
All right, here 1st and 10 for the Vikings on the 35-yard line of the Apaches. Miller under center, got a motion man coming across. They're going to pitch it to him. And around and ahead for about 4 is the ball carrier, number 5, Alex Morrison, coming around on the motion. Apaches did a nice job of stringing it out. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 here. Ball on Wabash's 32-yard line.
Chase Potter, of course, we mentioned that tight end position for Viking fans. That name will be forever remembered in the bell game.
Miller under center, I-back formation. Going to give it to the up man. He's got some room off to the right side and across the 20-yard line. That's number 15, Wes Melanson, on the run. Ahead for 13 yards and good for a Viking 1st down. They're going to spot it just inside the 20. Call it the 19, 1st and 10.
Ormond, Price are your defensive tackles. Simmons and Weiser are AH for Wabash. The linebackers are Logan Vanderbilt, Neal, and East. Boggs and Hillshire are your safety.
Miller under center, I formation in the backfield. And he gives it to the up man. Melanson goes ahead for a couple, gets it down to the 15. It's going to be about 4 yards there on 1st down, so it'll be a 2nd down and about 6 here for the Vikings. Oh, we got a flag on the field. Going to be a hold on the Vikings, so they're going to move back 10. So a nice 1st down run goes for naught on the holding call. It's going to move the ball back all the way to the 30-yard line, bringing up a 1st down and 21 now for the Vikings. Well, let's see what the Vikings can do here. 1st and 21, ball on Wabash's 30. Miller under center. He's going to pitch it out wide. Gaff goes around the left, gets ahead, 5, and he breaks it loose. Gaff's going to get in, and that's a Viking touchdown.
Nice.
21-yard or 30-yard run there for Noah Gaff.
It's a great
Dakota
run.
Gaff. Keep calling him Noah. Dakota Gaff with the big run there on a 1st and 21 play for the Vikings with 8:26 left. It's a 6-0 lead here for Tippecanoe Valley. So let's see if Rivera can stay on his feet here. Extra point up and good. So after 8:26 left to go here in the 1st. Vikings lead 7-0. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Viking football.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Tom Kruger Construction, serving all of your building needs. From kitchen and bathroom remodeling to new home construction, you can always count on Kruger. Call or email anytime. Tom Kruger Construction.
RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. We're getting set the kickoff after the touchdown on the 31-yard Dakota Gaff touchdown run here for the Vikings. Vikings lead 7-0. 8 minutes left in the first quarter over at Rochester. They lead 6-0 over Manchester. And the ball's dropped, picked up, and gets across the 25 to about the 28-yard line where Wabash will start their second drive. 1st and 10. Pioneer with the quick lead over at Pioneer High School, playing the Culver Cavaliers in a Hoosier North Athletic Conference with 8 minutes left in the first, leading 8-0. So the ball on the 28-yard line here for Wabash as they start their second drive. Coming out of the shotgun, Jared Hawley with one man to his right. He's got, he overthrows his receiver on the far left side. Had Vandervelden wide open. The 6'8" wide receiver, and he overthrew him, so he threw that ball pretty high. So Vandervelden is a handful out there on the wide side for Wabash with a standing 6'8". And they're going to give it to Kelsheimer. He's going to get ahead for about 5. Kalen Kelsheimer, a 6 foot, 180-pound junior for Wabash, goes ahead for about 5. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 here for Wabash on their own 33-yard line. Back to throw. Nice crossing pattern across the front, and it's caught at the 35, but that's not going to be enough for the Wabash Apaches. Boggs makes the catch, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3 here. That's about a 2-yard gain there for the Apaches. Leaves them about 2 yards short. Second time in a row here, the Apaches are going to have to punt, go 3 and out. Offense failing the Wabash Apaches here early. Potter, dangerous play right there at the 25 by Potter. Would have probably been better off just to let that one go. And very fortunate to retain the ball for Tippecanoe Valley. So with 7:24 left to go here, the Vikings going to start their second drive on their own 36. Vikings defense doing very good, forcing 2 3-and-outs here for Wabash in their first 2 possessions. Winnemac Warriors lead Caston 7-0 with 6 minutes left in the first over at Caston. And Gaff off the left side again, and he stays inbounds. He's going to go out right at the 50. So Dakota Gaff doing a good job here picking up. Oh, they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 46. Looked like he stayed into the 50, but they said he went out. So a gain of 19 for Dakota Gaff. And he's doing a good job of filling in the hole left by the absence of senior Cam Parker here tonight. 1st and 10 here for the Vikings. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Miller under center. He's going to give it to the up back. He's going to get up ahead to almost the 50-yard line. And that was a good run there by Wes Melanson, going right up the gut. They're going to mark him just inside of the 50 on Tippecanoe Valley's side of the field. Bring up a 2nd down and 6. Clock running, 6:48 left here in the first quarter. Vikings leading 7-0. Miller under center, I formation in the backfield. He's going to pitch it. Gaff's going to go over the right side this time. Dakota Gaff gets ahead to the Wabash 45. Going to be close to the 1st down marker, but it looks like it's going to be about a yard short. Bring up a 3rd and 1 here for the Vikings. The Vikings try the right side with Gaff and have a little success, not as much, and then the Gaff is going to take a break here on 3rd down. Going to put in their heavy formation here, 3rd and 1. Going to bring in the big back Alex Morrison, 6'3", 230 pounds, is going to dot the I with the wishbone-style formation here for the Vikings. They're going to give it to Morrison, and Wabash stuffs him at the line, doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Yes, Wow is right. Tippecanoe Valley put their heavy package in, and Wabash just stuffed them cold. A loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to force a punt here for the Vikings. So good job there by the Apaches defense. Well, they're going to line up here in the formation. Let's see if they go for it. Miller under center, and they're going to pitch it to Gad.
Oh, nice.
Conley this time, and he breaks the tackle on 4th down. He gets all the way inside of the 20 to about the 17-yard line. What a play there for the Vikings.
Great run.
Jaden Conley, a 5'9", 167-pound junior, comes in on 4th down with the huge run for the Vikings. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line of the Wabash Apaches. So Wabash stopped Valley on 3rd down and forced a 4th and 3. Vikings able to pick that up and some. And knocking on the door again, they give it up the gut to Morrison. Gets ahead to possibly about the 15. It's like maybe the 16-yard line. That was Wes Melanson on the carry. 15, not 5. So the ball just on the other side of the 15-yard line here for Tippy Valley. They line up, Miller under center. And they're going to pitch it to the motion man. And shut down with not much room to run there. Jaden Conley gets ahead for a couple. Good defensive stand there by the Apaches. Third and 5 here. A ball on the Apaches' 13-yard line. Miller under center. Melanson, fullback position, and the fumble. And the Apaches do. That's number 9 coming up with the ball. Keegan O'Neill with the recovery for the Apaches, shutting down the Tippecanoe Valley drive.
Breaks up the momentum a bit.
Definitely. So Tippy Valley fumble. So Wabash is going to take over the ball on their own 13-yard line here, starting their 3rd drive of the game. Vikings lead 7-0. And a little shuffle pass out to the right, and a good play there on the outside by Jace Potter. Bringing the runner Kalen Kelsheimer down after a gain of about 1. So 2 wide right, 2 wide left here for the Apaches out of the shotgun. Jared Howley, he's going to give it to the man in motion, and he cuts it back up for about 4. Peyton Sodervik with the run, gets ahead for about 4, bringing up a 3rd down and 3 here from the Apaches' 22-yard line. Holly from the gun, he's looking to pass, finds his man.
Nice.
Cross to the 30-yard line, and that is completed to Bryant Boggs for the 1st down. So Wabash finally gets a 1st down here in their 3rd drive of the game.
Right.
Clock running down, around 2 minutes to go here. We got trips to the right here for the Apaches. They're going to give it to the, nope, a fake, and oh, he had a slot receiver right there. That was Van Velden. And he overthrew him once again. That was Logan Vandervelden. The apparently shorter of the Vanderveldens. He's only 6'4". As Elijah is 6'8". And the keeper around the right side, and he got a block from Vandervelden. And a spin move, gets away down to the 50 across to the 46-yard line. And a good run there by the quarterback, Jared Holly. Gets the ball into Tippecanoe Valley territory here for the first time tonight for the Wabash Apaches. They're going to spot it at the 47-yard line of Tippecanoe Valley. Quickly to the line, Wabash comes up. Out of the shotgun, once again, Holly gives it to the up man. Goes off the right side for about 5. Nice pickup there on first down for Kelsheimer. And timeout on the field here for Wabash. You can see the speed of Wabash coming up here quickly to the line. So minute 24 to go here in the first quarter. Wabash, or Tippecanoe Valley, leads 7-0, but the Apaches are marching. We'll take a quick break, come back here from Death Valley in a moment on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Death Valley. Minute 24 left to go here in the first. Tippy Valley leads 7-0, but the Apaches are marching here on their third drive of the game. Have the ball on Tippecanoe Valley's 43-yard line. Second down and 6. Oh, they got a offsides. That's going to make it second down and 1 here for Wabash as they drew the defender. That's Rivera. They drew him offsides. In other action on RTC TV4 here this evening, Pioneer leads 16-0 in their senior night with 4 minutes left in the first quarter versus the Culver Cavaliers. Rochester's taken a 14-0 lead.
Oh.
And the snap quickly and the fumble. So what was a second down and 1 for Wabash is now a third down and 10. Didn't lose the ball, but they lost a lot of yards on that one. As I was saying, Rochester leads 14-0 with 3:28 left in the first versus Manchester. Winnemac leads 7-0 over Caston with 6 minutes left in the first quarter down at Caston. Clock running here, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Back to pass, Holly. He's going to step up. He's got some room to go. He's crossed the 30, 20, 10. He's going to score.
That is awesome.
And Holly dropped back to pass. He saw an opening, and he took it all the way to the house for the touchdown. 45 yards on the run for the quarterback, Jared Holly. And we are almost tied up here, pending the PAT, 7-6. 41 seconds to go. Holly is their leading rusher on the season, and he proves why right there with that big run. Snap is good, and is up and good. Kick is up and good. And we're going to take a break here with 41 seconds to go. We're all tied up at 7. You're watching RTC TV4. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Death Valley. And the Apaches have tied things up 7 apiece here with 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Trying to get the ball on the tee here. And they're going to have to get a holder to come over and help out. Grant Carandante, the kicker here for the Apaches. Down at Mechanical High School, Southwood has taken an early 7-0 lead over the Braves in the Battle of the South. Both teams come in at 3-0 in the TRC South. So the Knights take the early lead. So they're going to bring up Keegan O'Neill to hold the ball here. And we're getting set. And a short kick, and I think the Vikings were able to get on top of it. They're going to get good field position here on their own. I'm going to have to look at that.
There's the rain.
All right. So the rain starting to come down here at Tippecanoe Valley High School. Marshall, did you bring your rain gear? You going out there?
I did.
All right. So 1st and 10, the ball on the 45-yard line. And back to pass, Miller. And just off of the hands of number 21. Jace Potter can't come down with it. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Vikings. 2nd and 10, ball on the 45-yard line here. Vikings on their own 45. Clock running, under 28 seconds to go here in the first half. Miller under center. He's going to give it to the up man, and he definitely fell on some wet grass right there. Not much going. Is that Gaff? Number 45 there, Dakota Gaff, gets ahead for about 1, bringing up a 3rd down and 9 here for the Vikings. And the clock's going to run down here. And after 1, we're all tied up. 7-7, we're going to take a break. Come back with 2nd quarter action. Watching Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, Miller back to throw. And Gaff has the ball. trying to fight ahead for some yards. The ball pops free, and Wabash is going to fall on it at the 45-yard line. So another turnover here for Tippecanoe Valley. So the fumble, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Wabash from Tippecanoe Valley's 46. Holly fakes, and the keeper up the middle. He's going to go around the right side across the 40, inside the 30, brought down at about the 24-yard line. So Holly starting to put some pressure here on Tippecanoe Valley with his running. Has a big touchdown run and another run ahead there. And Holly is down on the near side, and he's holding his right ankle. So we'll see what's going on with the quarterback for Wabash, Jared Holly. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back here in a moment. Watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. The quarterback, Jared Holly, was able to make it off of the field under his own power. But we have a substitute into the game. And the give up the middle, not much going there. The new quarterback for Wabash, is that number 9, Keegan O'Neill? Yep, 5'9", 175-pound sophomore here for the Apaches. So O'Neill drops back. He's going to pass across the middle and the post route, and he just misses his receiver on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 here for the Apaches. You got 3 wideouts to the left. And back to throw, and that's going to be caught there in the flat by number 2, Bryant Boggs, and he's going to be ahead. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 here, ball on the 20-yard line. 10:32 left to go.
Flag.
And there is a flag down. Man, Marshall, you're like a savant. You knew that flag was coming before it even hit the ground.
Right.
So we got a penalty flag. And they're going to move that one back 5 on the false start. So 4th down and 10 here. And he's going to drop back to pass. And he's got his big receiver, Vandervelden, number 80, Logan Vandervelden, and that's a touchdown for the Apaches from the 20-yard line. So a 20-yard pass there by the sub quarterback, Keegan O'Neill. And the Apaches have taken the 13-0 lead here pending the extra point. And they're going to go for two. And just a little bit behind the receiver, Elijah Vandervelden, incomplete. And that's going to make your score 13-7 with 10:07 left here in the first half. So we're going to take a break here as we get set for the kickoff. Be back here in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football from Death Valley. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Tom Kruger Construction, serving all of your building needs. From kitchen and bathroom remodeling to new home construction, you can always count on Kruger. Call or email anytime. Tom Kruger Construction.
RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, so the Apaches getting set to kick off here after the great touchdown throw from Keegan O'Neill to Logan Vandervelden put the Apaches up 13-7. And the bouncing kick. And wow, what a big hit there at the 30-yard line. So Tippecanoe Valley will start their drive 1st and 10 from their own 30. So the Vikings down for the first time here in this one, trailing to the Apaches 13-7. 10:03 left to go here in the first half. Southwood has picked up another score down in McConaughey, leading 14-0 in the first half in the TRC South Division. First and 10 here as the clock runs. And a good run ahead there for about 6 for Devin. Wes Melanson, sorry, I was looking at the wrong roster. Wes Melanson gets ahead for about 7. Can bring up a 2nd down and 3 here from the 37. The I formation, they're going to hand it to Melanson again up the middle, and he's going to get just almost to the 40-yard line. And that's going to be a 3rd down now here for the Vikings.
Davis will bring the play in on a 3rd down and 1 for Valley at the 39. Line breaks the set. Davis to the near side. Potter and Morrison in tight on the far side.
All right, I formation here.
Center hands it off to Melanson. Melanson a big hole. West into Wabash territory down to the 42-yard line.
I formation, they're going to give it to Melanson. He's going to go off the right side, gets across the 50, down inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line.
Clock stops. Big 46 to go here in the first half. Wabash with a 13-7 advantage.
And a big run there by Melanson, gets it across into Wabash territory here. The Vikings trailing for the first time here tonight, 13-7. Trying to mount a drive after the fumble on their last one. Gave the ball back over to the Apaches, who scored on a nice touchdown pass from their backup quarterback, Keegan O'Neill. Vikings going to line up in the I formation again. Miller under center, and a couple of the Apaches got a little antsy right there. and jumped offside. So it's going to give the Vikings 5 more yards, bringing up a 1st down and 5. Ball on the 37-yard line. Winnemac is leading at Caston 27-0 with 7:30 left in the first half. And Miller's going to keep it off to the right side. He gets ahead up to the 15-yard line. And the Apaches are going to take a timeout here with 7:59 left to go in the half. And the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings are marching. We're going to take a quick break, too. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. 7:59 left to go here in the first half. Tippy Valley marching after giving up the go-ahead touchdown to the Apaches. Trying to see if they can take the lead. And the handoff to Gaff off the left side. Gaff goes backwards, and he's brought down at the 20 for a loss on the play of about 4 yards. So the Vikings go backwards on 1st down. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 14 here from the 20-yard line. So Gaff lost 4 yards on that play. 2nd down, 14. Rochester leads 28-0 with 6:09 left to go in the second versus Manchester. And the pitch to the far side, that's Conley. Gets around the right side, gets ahead for about 10. Maybe 9. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for Tippy Valley. Ball's going to be spotted on the 12-yard line of the Apaches. 7:09 left to go here in the first half. Vikings trying to tie things up, possibly take the lead. And the ball straight ahead to Melanson, and he's going to be taken down after a short gain of maybe 1 or 2. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 4 here for the Vikings. Ball sets on the 10-yard line. They got to get to the 6 if they want to catch the 1st down. Let's see if the Vikings go to the hard count here. The Apaches have jumped a couple times. Let's see what they do. They're getting lined up here. And Miller gets it out to the left. Conley's going to take it across. And looks like he has enough for a 1st down. And that's going to bring up a 1st and goal here for the Vikings from the 3-yard line. Clock running, 6 minutes left to go here in the first half. The Vikings trying to even things up, possibly take the lead here against the Apaches. Miller under center, I formation. Gives it to Melanson up the middle. And the Apaches, with some good defense right there, they're going to stop him short. Be a 2nd goal here for the Vikings. Second down and goal. Ball on the 1 yard line of Wabash. Vikings trailing 13-7 here. 5:14 left to go in the first half.
Conley driving forward. Great blocking up front. West Points made sure nobody was going to knock him off.
They're going to pitch it off the right side to Conley, and he's going to get.
At the 5:10 mark here of the second quarter on a big 1 yard touchdown run.
Conley gets in for the touchdown for the Vikings. So a 1 yard touchdown run by Jaden Conley, 5'9" junior for Tippecanoe Valley. So Rivera is going to try and put the Vikings back up, and the one-step shot and the PAT good. And with that, the Vikings regain the lead, 14-13 with 5:10 left here in the first half. We're going to take a quick break as we get set here for the kickoff with 5:10 left. The Vikings retake the lead. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here with 5:06 left. And the kickoff goes down and brought back across 22-yard line here. Going to be 1st and 10 here for the Apaches with 5:03 left to go in the first half. Back and forth we go here. Tippecanoe Valley regains the lead 14-13 on a 1 yard Conley run. So a couple turnovers here for the Vikings in the first half have resulted in 1 touchdown for the Apaches. But they've battled back here, regained the lead 14-13 as we wind down the first half. And back into the game for Wabash is the quarterback Jared Holly. They're going to give the ball ahead for a short gain of about 4, bringing up a 2nd down and 6. Holly out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He's got 1 back standing to his right. He's going to hand off to that back, and he's going to go ahead for a couple. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 here for the Apaches. Ball on the 28-yard line. Holly out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to his left. Going to drop back to pass, and the pass to Van Velden is going to drop short. And that's going to bring up a 4th down here for the Apaches with the ball on the 28. 4 minutes left here in the half. They're going to have to punt. 4th and 5. It's not the spot where they can probably go for the 1st down here, so they're going to line up and punt this one away to the Vikings. So good stand there by Tippecanoe Valley. Going to get the ball back here with a good opportunity to punch another one in with 4:06 left here in the first half. Good one back to punt here for the Apaches. He sends it up and fielded at the 40, just inside the 40 by Jalen Potter. So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for Tippecanoe Valley from the 37-yard line with 4 minutes even here in the first half.
And again, Valley deferred to begin the game, so they will receive the
So let's see if the Vikings can do a little 2-for-1 action here, Marshall. They've got an opportunity with 4 minutes left. They're going to get the kickoff after the second half begins. And they're going to give it up the middle to Melanson. He's going to get across almost to the 50 and brought down there. That's going to be a 1st down for the Vikings. Clock runs with 3:47 left to go here in the half. They're missing a light bulb there in the clock. So on the 49-yard line of the Vikings. They're going to line up Miller under center. I formation behind him. They're going to give it to the up back again, Melanson. Melanson goes ahead and gets it across just inside of the 45-yard line of the Apaches. Clock continues to run here. Not a lot of urgency out there by the Vikings with the clock running. 2nd down and 3. Miller's going to drop back to throw, and he slips, but he gets it out there, and that's Potter. Going to catch that one for a huge gain for the Vikings all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Great catch.
Oh, it was a great catch, and it's a wonder Miller could even stay on his feet right there. You saw as he planted that back foot. He slipped a little bit there on the grass. He got enough on that all the way down to the 20 for a 1st and 10 here for the Vikings. Pioneer handling business, the #1 team in Class A over at their senior night, taking care of Culver. And there's a short run up the middle for a couple. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6 here for the Vikings. Pioneer 36-0 with 1:12 left in the first half over the Culver Cavaliers. Winnemac 34-0 over Caston, 3:02 left in the first half there. And Rochester has a 35-0 lead with 1 minute left in the half against Manchester. And we got a flag down on the field there. Let's see what the call. So we got a offsides on Tippecanoe Valley. He's going to move them back 5 and bring up a 2nd down and 11. Clock running with 1:42 left to go.
Humes to the far side, Morrison to the near side. Pitch play goes back. He goes to Gaff. Gaff inside the 20. Gaff with another couple of nice runs.
Miller under center. Gives it to the I-back Gaff. Gaff cuts back to the left and gets ahead for about 5. And they're going to get the penalty yardage back. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to run here in the 2nd quarter. Tippecanoe Valley leads 14-13. Ball on the Wabash 16 here. 3rd down and 6 for the Vikings. And we have a timeout on the field, so we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back here in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back. Inside a minute left to go here in the first half. The Vikings lead 14-13. They've got a 3rd down and 6. And I don't know what just happened right there. The Vikings, coming off of the timeout, were not ready for that snap, and they lose some yardage there. Fortunately, Miller is able to fall on it. But it's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 with the clock running. So clock running here, 4th down and 8. Miller under center, I formation. Fakes to the up man. Back to pass. And a big tackle right there for loss on by Justin Salmons, coming up with the play on 4th down. And with 20 seconds left, the Vikings are going to turn the ball back over to the Apaches.
So with 20 seconds to go here in the first half, it is.
So it's going to be Wabash ball here with 20 seconds left.
Now Wabash with the football.
They're going to be starting on their own 30.
Yeah, they did last year. That's for sure. Now the ball is snapped. Well, Holly will pick it up and he's sacked back at the 15-yard or 20.
Holly back in the shotgun. He's got trips to the right. Holly drops it, and he's going to go down for a big loss on the play.
Let's regroup. So a very tight, competitive first half of play. Tippecanoe Valley 14, Wabash 13.
And that's going to do it. The clock's going to run out here after 1 half of play. Tippecanoe Valley leads 14-13 at the half. We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back with second half action. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football from Death Valley. We'll be back in a moment. All right, welcome back here to Death Valley, where the Vikings lead 14-13 over the Wabash Apaches at the half. Steve Stricker here for RTC TV4, and I'm joined by Libby Wujcik.
Hey, you got it right.
Yeah, I've been practicing. So
I think it's because we're working together now
yeah.
more often, so I can yell at you.
So we have flip-flopped a little bit. Marshall's gone out to the camera, so he's going to be training a little bit with Nate here in the second half, and Libby's going to come in here and work on some production stuff. So first half action here, the Apache started off with a 3-and-out, punted it over to Tippecanoe Valley. The Vikings drove down, and Gaff finished off the drive with a 31-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, and the Vikings took the early 7-0 lead. Wabash got the ball back on the ensuing kickoff and went 3-and-out once again. Tippecanoe Valley took over on their own 27 and lost the ball on a fumble on the Wabash 13-yard line. The Apaches took over, and on a 40-yard run from Holly, were able to tie things up at 7. Tippecanoe Valley, next possession, they lost the ball again on the Tippecanoe Valley's 46-yard line. The Apaches took over and drove down the field, and O'Neill hit Vander Velden for a touchdown pass of 46 yards that put the Apaches up 13-7. The Vikings started the next drive on their own 30-yard line and drove all the way down with a 1-yard Conley touchdown run. PAT was good, putting the Vikings up 14-13. Last 3 drives of the half resulted in no points, and that was your score at the half here, 14-13, Tippecanoe Valley Vikings with the lead. So around the area here in our RTC TV4 coverage area, Winnemac leads Caston 34-0 at the half. Pioneer leads Culver 36-0 at the half. And Rochester leads Manchester 35-0 at the half. We got 4 football games, all 3 of those games, plus here on the air live tonight on RTC TV4. Also available to you on rtc4.com. And also earlier tonight we had the Pink Out game up at Argus with the Argus Lady Dragons taking on the South Bend Career Academy Lady Cobras in varsity volleyball action. So a lot of good things going on here on RTC TV4. Libby, talk a little bit about some of the other things that we've been doing. I know I get pretty involved with the sports stuff, but we've been doing a lot of other things. You guys went over and filmed the debate the other night.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about some of that stuff.
So we were over at Rochester High School. We filmed, Dakota and I, when I say we, Scott stopped by. But we were over there and we were filming the debates. Tony Stasiak puts that on with his AP Government class along with the Sentinel. They're the ones that host it and everything. And Mr. Stasiak, as I know him by just because he was my teacher in school, he invited us to come and film for them. We aired it live and re-edit it, put it back up just to make sure it was all spot clean and good audio and things like that for everybody. Some of the other things I did just personally did this week was there's a 3rd grade concert at Riddle. That was pretty cute to go and see the kids do around the world kind of deal. And it was just so adorable. I love seeing the kids just grow up and everything. I've been watching them since they were probably kindergartners by now. And one of the other things that I'm getting ready to do as of tomorrow, I'm going to go and film a veteran. He's going to be talking about World War II at the Historical Society. It'll be a fun time just to hear his story and, what he had to go through. We're going to start the game here soon, though. So I could go on and on about all the post-production things we're doing, but you can always check them out on our website at rtc4.com. They go up pretty much almost next day, unless it's a weekend thing. Then we try to get it there by Monday.
Yeah, so we have a lot of good videos. You and Dakota are doing a great job there in the post-production room and going out and getting some things. We went out the other day, all 4 of us, and filmed a wiffle ball game.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
The Rochester Middle School.
And, you know, I wouldn't have even known the wiffle ball game was happening unless I would have had gone and filmed the school board meeting, which I did.
Yeah.
And for Rochester, and Oscar came in. He goes, "Hey, we're having a wiffle ball game at 1 on this day, on October 3rd, and da-da-da." And I was like, I wrote it down in my phone notes, and I was like, So it was just it was a cool play of events.
Yeah, and that was part of the Champions Together program, right? Is that what they call
Yeah,
it?
they're called Champions Together, and then like hyphen Champions in the middle.
Right,
So
because it's the middle school.
yeah, Rochester is one of 5 schools in Indiana that introduced that program, and it's pretty much the special education program kids will come in and they'll work alongside the already established athletes within the schools. I think Tippecanoe Valley actually has it in their high school.
Right. Yeah,
So-
they have their unified football team they were announcing won their sectionals,
Wow,
and they're going to be playing in the regionals.
that is so cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of great things happening in the community. That's what we love to cover. I mean, we went out and we covered that thing live, and it was just a fun event. There was a lot of kids just kind of standing around in the outfield cheering everybody on.
There was energy everywhere.
It was, and it was fun. And to see the kids work with each other and work with the kids that do have those challenges, it brings, you know, as a parent, it brings, you know, a lot of joy to my heart to watch that kind of stuff going on. And
Yeah. And you're establishing a future, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but I do run a lot of the social media posts that we put out, and one of the things was I'm glad we were able to cover such a progression, like a good moment and progress that the future is going to be going into. Like I was glad that RTC was one of the people that was there.
Right.
So it really. I was crying. I don't know about anyone else. Maybe because, you know, I'm a girl and I just get all emotional. But
Yeah, and even the you know, you were taking some still photos, and I saw the post that we put out on Facebook of the still pictures, and that was beautiful as well. So great job by all, and thanks to Scott for, you know, hey, let's load up, let's kind of do a little field trip here and go cover this. And it was a fun day, and Dakota was there, and everybody was having fun. So. We're getting set to go here with second half action here from Death Valley. Tomorrow on RTC TV4, we've got a couple of sectional championship games coming your way in soccer action. At 2 p.m., I'll be up at Newton Park in Lakeville, Indiana, where the Argus Lady Dragons are going to be taking on the Rochester Lady Zebras. So 2 of our partner schools taking on each other up there. Argus looking to get back into the sectional championship, a win for the first time since 2014. And Rochester trying to pick up their first ever girls sectional in soccer. So ought to be a good matchup there between the Zebras and the Dragons.
I think I was a freshman the last time we were up at Newton Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a manager for soccer.
Yeah. The Dragons did defeat the Lady Zebras earlier in the year by a score of 2-0. And then tomorrow night at 7 we'll be over at Argus, where the boys soccer team's sectional will be taking place. The Dragons will be taking on the Winnemac Warriors. So a couple Argus soccer opportunities there. The kickoff underway here as the second half starts. And it's going to be Tippecanoe Valley ball, 1st and 10. As we start the second half with very good field position. They're going to be just inside their territory at the 48-yard line as we start the second half. So they start on their own 48. So Miller's going to go under center, I formation. And Miller keeps it around the left side, looking for some room to run, gets ahead for about 6 yards there on first down. So a good run there up the middle by the quarterback, Miller. So the senior Noah Miller keeps the ball, gets ahead across into Wabash territory to about the 45-yard line, bringing up a 2nd down and 4. So under center again, I formation in the backfield. Going to give it to the pitch. And Gaff goes around the right side, gets down across the 35, almost to the 30-yard line. Going to be brought down at about the 31. And that'll be enough for a Valley first down. So Vikings starting off very well here in the first drive of the second half. Am I okay with the latency? So again, under center here, I formation. And the pitch again to Gaff. Gaff gets across the 30, down across the 25 to about the 23-yard line. So it's going to bring up a short second down play here for the Vikings.
Tippecanoe Valley, ball placed at the right hash mark at the 25-yard line. Clock runs with 10.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 14-13 Tippecanoe Valley advantage.
So a second down and 2 right on the 25-yard line here of the Apaches. And they're going to give it to the up man, Melanson. And he gets ahead. Let's see where they spot him, if he has enough for the first down. Looks like on the spot on the far side or the near side on your camera. And it is a Viking first down. So good pickup there on second down for Tippecanoe Valley. Brings up a 1st and 10 here on the Wabash's 23. And they're going to pitch it back. Gaff's going to go around the right side. And Gaff in for the touchdown. Vikings on the 23-yard touchdown run by Dakota Gaff. So the Vikings come out and strike quickly here as we start the second half with the 23-yard run by Dakota Gaff. Makes the score 20-13 here pending the extra point.
There, you were giving the scores for the other games right at the end of halftime there, and it just amazes me how much more some teams are having tonight.
And they're going to go for 2 here. And Gaff gets in, so Gaff puts the 2-point conversion in, and with 9:50 left to go here in the third quarter, Tippecanoe Valley leads 22-13 over Wabash. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back here in a moment for the kickoff. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. We're getting set to go. The kickoff. And, a good run back coming up here. And across the 35 all the way up to about the 36-yard line is where the Apaches are going to start their drive here, trailing 22-13 early in the third quarter. Holly back in here at quarterback. He went out for a short time there in the first half with a leg injury. Going from the shotgun, Holly's going to go to the right. We've got a flag down on the field, probably going to be a hold on the Apaches. It's going to move them back. It is a hold on Wabash, so it will bring up a first down and 20 for the Apaches. So wrong direction there for Wabash.
I will let you know, after standing on the opposing team's side to film earlier on in this game, Wabash, the people that did show up tonight, they're super fans. They're loud and proud.
Oh, good.
Which is good, you know. Those boys need the.
Holly with a little screen pass across the middle, across the 30 down to the 35-yard line. And that was a pickup of about 10 there for the Apaches.
I felt that one.
Well, it's going to be just a little short of being 10. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12, so we'll call it 8 on the play there on the screen. And they're going to give to Kelsheimer off the left side, and nothing going there for Kelsheimer. And he's going to be brought down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 11 here for the Apaches. So a huge 3rd down play here for Wabash, trailing 22-13 with the clock running, 8:27 left to go. And I thought it looked like somebody moved a little early there, so that's going to be a penalty. And let's see if they put it on false start on the Apache. So back they go, another 5. A couple big penalties here really stalling the Apaches' drive. Had the holding penalty, now a 5-yard offsides penalty puts them back in a 3rd down and 16 position. Ball spotted on their own 30-yard line here. Holly in the gun. Got the 2 receivers set on both sides. And a little behind the back handoff. Kelsheimer gets ahead to about the 37-yard line. And the punt is up and fielded at about the 30-yard line. Brought across the 40 to the 45 and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Call it 48. I was trying to see where he was at. There were some Valley players in front of me. So Tippy Valley's going to start here, the 2nd drive of the half from their own 48.
Now they're having a discussion. Maybe they do think that Potter was signaling for a fair catch.
There's some discussion here whether or not the return man, Potter, had signaled for a fair catch. If so, that's going to be a penalty on Tippecanoe Valley. And looks like
Making sure they're going to coach up Dale and say, hey, quit going like this, because it almost looks like Wes Melanson was relaying the coaches telling him not to do that anymore.
so. It looks like they're going to give them the ball where they set. 1st and 10 from the 48. Vikings leading 22-13. They're going to pitch it to Gaff off to the right side. Going to get across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line of the Apaches. Well, they're gonna mark it right at the 50. Wow. Looked to me like he was across by a couple yards, didn't it?
Maybe they're.
His knee must have hit down earlier than I thought it did.
Maybe going by the back of his feet. So
well, it's where the ball is when your knee touches. So, and they're going to pitch off to the left.
Ooh.
Gaff coming around to the near side, and a good play there by the Apaches after a gain of about 1. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7 here for the Vikings from the Wabash 49-yard line. Clock running with 6:15 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Tippecanoe would come in for the Vikings on this 3rd down and 7. 22-13 Tippecanoe Valley. 6:05 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Vikings not in a huge hurry to get up to the line here to take the snap. They're going to let the clock run. We got 7 seconds. Miller's back to pass. And the screen. He's got Melanson. And Melanson's able to maneuver his way ahead and get enough for a Tippecanoe Valley 1st down at the Wabash 40-yard line. So nice little screen play right there by the Vikings. And Melanson able to maneuver around and get the 1st down. Winnemac handle in the comments over at Caston, 41-0 with 8:41 still to go in the 3rd quarter. That game on RTC4.com and RTC TV4 over at Caston High School. Miller's going to hand it off to Conley up the middle. Gets a nice run there on 1st down. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5. Well, they're going to call it 7, so gain of 3 on that one. 2nd down and 7 here from the Wabash 37-yard line. Clock running with about 5:15 left to go here in the 3rd. Manchester scores, making it 35-7 with 7:30 left in the 3rd over at Rochester.
There's a flag down. Goodness, they just look like they're fighting now.
The Wabash run defense really doing a good job on Tippecanoe Valley here. And let's see what the penalty flag. It looks like it's going to be a false start on Tippecanoe Valley. It's going to move them back. It's going to bring up a 2nd down, and I think they're going to call it about 12. Make it 13, 2nd and 13. Ball on Wabash's 43-yard line. The eye set. Got 2 receivers off to Miller's left. He's going to roll out to his left. And Potter catches it. Gets across to the 30-yard line.
This held him down.
Let's see where the officials spot it there. His forward progress gets him out to just shy of the 30-yard line. So that will bring up a 3rd down and short. Good pickup for the Vikings on 2nd and 13. They get 12 on that play from Miller to Potter. Third and 1 here for Tippecanoe Valley. Miller's going to pitch it, and Wabash is going to get on it, and that's another turnover for the Vikings. Jaden Conley just took his eyes off of the pitch there from Miller, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Apaches. So just like that, Tippecanoe Valley marching down. Looks like they're going to put down the nail in the coffin, so to speak, of the Apaches. And Wabash recovers the fumble. They're only down 9, and a huge pass ahead. And what a defensive effort there by, is that Melanson? Look like Morrison and Melanson, or no, that's in 19. Jacob Davis on the defense there for the Vikings. So great job there by the sophomore Davis, breaking up that play to the 6 foot 8 inch Vandervelden. The Apache's going to try a run off the right side. They'll get ahead for about 4, bringing up a 3rd down. You're going to call that 3 on the run, so bringing up a 3rd and 7 here for the Apaches. Ball on their own 38-yard line. Holly back in. Oh, to go to Gaff, gets the pick. Gets it across the 50-yard line. And Potter gives him the hardest shot of the night right there, and congratulations. And Gaff gets the ball back here for the Vikings. So the interception, and Tippecanoe Valley back with the ball. They're going to start off with it at their own 47. Pioneer rolling over Culver 50-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the 3rd over at Pioneer. Potter goes in motion. The pitch to Gaff. He's going to try and find some room off to the right side. We got a flag down. It's going to be a holding probably on the Vikings. Going to move this one back 10. So it's going to bring up a 1st down and long. Looks like it's going to end up being about 21 when they get that thing marched off. That's a lot of yards to go for 4 plays.
Hey, it looks like Rochester versus Manchester, 35-7. Manchester got their foot in the door.
Yep, they've scored, making a little bit of a game of it there, but it's still a big lead for the Zebras. Winnemac 47-0 over Caston. Make it 48-0 over Caston with 4:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Tippecanoe Valley has a 1st and 26. And Gaff's going to go around the right side. He's going to get back about 7 of those yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 19 or 20. Oh, they're going to call it 21. 2nd down and 21. Ball on their own 36-yard line. Clock winding at 2:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Miller under center. He's going to drop back to pass. And he gets picked off by Vandervelden. And that's going to be a pick 6 unless Miller can get him. And Vandervelden takes it all the way in for the score on the pick 6. And Wabash back in business with the touchdown interception by Logan Vandervelden. So the 6 foot 4 inch tall Logan Vandervelden picks off Noah Miller. And with 2:01 left to go, the Apaches back to within 3, 22-19. They're going to go for the extra point. They're going to go for 2. Or are they going to go for the extra point? Holly's the holder. So Holly's down, and the kick is up and good. So with 2:01 left to go here, Wabash back to within 2. Tippecanoe Valley leads 22-20. We got 2:01 left. We're going to take a break. Come back with more Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football here on RTC TV 4 in just a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Tom Kruger Construction, serving all of your building needs. From kitchen and bathroom remodeling to new home construction, you can always count on Kruger. Call or email anytime. Tom Kruger Construction.
RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Tippecanoe Valley High School, where Wabash has pulled to within 2 on the interception and pick 6 by Logan Vandervelden. And an onside kick and covered up by the Vikings. It's going to give them good field position to start this next drive. Last 2 drives for the Vikings have resulted in turnovers. So they got to get something going here. Only leading by 2. We still got 2 minutes left to go here in the third.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah, the momentum has definitely swung over to the Apaches. 3 fumbles and an interception here tonight for the Vikings, yet they still lead by 2. They're playing with fire right here with 2 minutes left. Gaff's going to go around, and he gets across. He's breaking tackles. Gets all the way down to the 22-yard line on a huge run on first down for Dakota Gaff. Well, that's a big run for Gaff on first down. Let's see what the Vikings can do here. They started off their last drive doing pretty good and started getting some penalties. Miller's going to pitch it. They got a flag down. Gaff, nice cutback right there, and gets down close to first down. And that's going to be on the Vikings. It's going to be illegal motion. So right there, like I said, Libby, they started off with a big run, and then all of a sudden now they're moving backwards.
Well, it happens.
So that's going to take what was almost a first down run by Dakota Gaff, move it back all the way to the 27-yard line, bringing up a first down and 15 here for the Vikings. Clock running around a minute 15 left to go here in the third quarter. Miller under center, I formation. Snap, pulls it out. The keeper off to the right side. And he's going to be brought down after a nice gain, gets it all the way down to about the 16-yard line. They're going to put him right at the 16. It's going to bring up a second down and manageable here, about 4 yards. Clock running, about 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Miller under center, I formation backfield. He's going to pitch it off to the left. Gaff looking for a hole. And he's going to get ahead close to the 10-yard line, about the 11. Should be a first down, and it will be for the Vikings. So they're able to come back from that procedure penalty and pick up the first down. It's going to be just outside of the 10, so they could technically get a first down here without scoring from the 11-yard line. Clock's going to wind down. The Vikings are going to come up to the line, try and get the snap off. And they change their mind. They're going to let it run down and get set. And that's going to do it here for the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, Tippecanoe Valley leads 22-20 over the Apaches. We're going to take a quick break. Come back for fourth quarter action here from Death Valley. You're watching RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
We start the fourth quarter. Good battle out here, but right now the Vikings on the move. They are at the Wabash 11-yard line first.
All right, getting set to go here. Fourth quarter action from Death Valley. Vikings lead 22-20 after 3. And they are in pretty good position here with a first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Vikings with 4 turnovers here tonight, still hold a 2-point advantage and are in pretty good position here as we start the fourth quarter. Miller under center, I formation, backfield. Conley off to the right side is going to get ahead for about 2 yards there on first down, bring up a second down and looking at about 8 yards. Well, they're going to spot it just inside the 10. Looked like he got down to the 9, so about 9 yards to go here. Under center here. Melanson gets it up the middle. And he's going to make it to about the 2-yard line. Be close to first down territory right there, but they're also very close to the goal line. Approaching 11 minutes left to go in the game. Tippecanoe Valley knocking on the door once again here. Have a 3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line. Melanson, and he gets in. That's a touchdown, Vikings. 10:46 left to go in the game, and Tippecanoe Valley retakes the 8-point advantage, 28-20, pending the extra point here by the Vikings. Vikings looking to go back up by 9.
Hey, if there's anything I know about Valley, after last week's game against Rochester in the Battle of the Bell, they'll pull something out very last minute. Always. Somehow.
So the extra point is good by Rivera. And we are back up by 9, 29-20 with 10:46 left to go. We'll take a quick break here coming into hit the studio mode. There you go. And then the advertising. Take a quick break. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that...
All right, the kick is away. And they're going to get lucky right there. The ball rolls just inside of the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for Wabash. They could have been pinned very deep right there. And they're going to have it 1st and 10. Down at Peru, North Miami leads 43-6. Let's get you some updates here of some scores. Well, I don't have any updates.
Rochester.
42-7. Rochester leads Manchester with 11:03 left. And everything else is old right there. And back in the gun. And it goes back across the field to the left.
He's weaving through them.
And a pickup of about 7, maybe 8 right there for Kelsheimer. So they're going to give him 8. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and short.
Second down and 2 for the Apaches at their own 28-yard line. 10:13 to go here in the fourth quarter.
We got trips to the right. Conley with one behind him in the shotgun. They're going to give it to him. Kelsheimer up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Apaches. So the Apaches moving the chains here. Right at 10 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Vikings leading 29-20. The Apaches have been going pretty quick here with their snap count and kind of taking a little bit more time. Clock down to 14 before they snap it. And a little short pass off to Kelsheimer there on the left side. Good for about 4 yards, maybe. And just a short little pass off to the left there by Wabash. Good defense there by Tippecanoe Valley. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
Second down and 6. Clock runs with 9:15 to go. Valley with the 29-20 advantage.
Clock continues to run here, approaching 9-minute mark. Holly from the gun. We got trips to the right. One back in the backfield. And Holly's going to keep it. And you can tell he's slowed down a little bit. That leg injury he got in the first half. He's not running quite as quickly as he was there in the first half. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5 here for the Apaches. Ball is on their own 35-yard line. Let's call it the 36-yard line. Trips right again here for the Apaches. Kelsheimer now off to the left of Holly. Trips to the right. And the ball is caught. And good defense. They get him down at the 40. It's going to be short of the 1st down. Catch made by Boggs. And a good defensive effort there by the Vikings. And it's going to be 4th down and about 2 here for Wabash. From their own 40-yard line, down by 9. They're going to have to go for it here. It's a big opportunity here for the Vikings to put the nail in the coffin of the Wabash Apaches right here. Holly from the gun. And he's going to keep it himself. And, oh, a beautiful play right there by Melanson. And he's going to get him for a loss of 2. And the Vikings are going to take over on downs in Wabash territory. It's going to be at the Wabash 39-yard line. So the Vikings leading by 9 with 7:27 left to go, take over on the Wabash 39. And Gaff right up the middle, gets almost to the 30-yard line. Going to be just a little short of a 1st down, but that's a great 1st down run right there by Gaff. And the Vikings starting to impose their will across the front line against the defensive line of the Apaches. Second down and 3 now for the Vikings. Gaff across the left side, gets down to the 25. Should be enough for a Viking first down.
Gain of 7 on the play. And you know, for Wabash, they got a lot of guys going both ways too. They're trying to fight that man.
So the Vikings going to move the chains here with the clock running with 6:39 left to go.
Trying to find a way when you're down by 2 scores late in the game.
Tippecanoe Valley looking for their 4th win in a row after starting the season 1-3.
Runs here in the 4th quarter. Tippecanoe Valley 29.
Trying to go into the crossover at 5-3.
Hands it off to Gonzalez.
Gonzalez up the middle.
4 yards. Brings up the second out at 6. Ball down to the 22-yard line. Make it to the 23.
And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6 here for the Vikings. Very content here to let the play clock go down as far as they can. The clock running with 5:50 left to go. Miller under center. Going to give it to Conley off the right side. Not much there. Gets it down maybe to the 20-yard line. They're going to spot him just outside of the 20. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 here for the Vikings. Big 3rd down play here for the Vikings. Miller under center, I formation. And gives it up the middle, Gonzalez, and he's not going to go anywhere, maybe a yard. And it's going to be a 4th down play here. Let's see what Coach Moriarty wants to do. So we got a timeout on the field, so we'll take a quick break. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Tippecanoe Valley Vikings football. We'll be back in just a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, here we go. A big 4th and 2 here for the Vikings, leading by 9 with 4:57 left to go. They're going to attempt to see if they snap it. They do. Conley. Oh, Conley breaks it free, and he scores. What a play on 4th down. Conley breaks it free and scores the touchdown for the Vikings.
Hey, I told you. Tippy Valley, they just come out of nowhere at the end there.
Well, he did on that one with a huge run right there on 4th down and 2. And the Vikings lead 35-20. And they're going to try for 2 this time, leading by 15. That would put them up by 2 scores with 2-point conversions. And that one's not going to go anywhere. So with 4:52 left to go, it's the Vikings 35, Wabash Apaches 20. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff here in a moment on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson Wagoner and Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, here we go. The Vikings getting set to kick off with 4:52 left to go in the ball game. They have a 35-20 lead over the Wabash Apaches. Steve Stricker here with Libby Wujcik.
Woo!
Got Nate and Marshall over there running the camera for us here in the second half, and it's been a great half of football here for the Vikings, pulling away from the Apaches after leading by 1 at the half. Have outscored Wabash 21-7 here in the second half. Despite 4 turnovers on the night, the Vikings in control here with 4:45 left to go. So Wabash is going to start on the 25 here on this drive. Got 5 wide here for the Apaches, 3 to the right. And back to throw, Holly. And he's got Vander Velden, and he overthrows him. And Conley overthrew Vander Velden by about 5 yards on that play. All right, we got some updates here. Oh, Pioneer 72-0 over Culver with 4 minutes left.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Rochester 49, Manchester 7, 6:37 left. And the ball on the ground. So Wabash able to jump on that. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long here. Clock running with 4:20 left to go.
I think that surprised every single person in this press box.
Well, when you play football as a kid, when the ball goes on the ground, you start yelling ball, 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 and I think everybody here did. And the pass deep, and that's going to be a penalty on Tippy Valley. Pass interference is going to be a 1st down for the Apaches. That ball was on the ground. Yeah, no, that ball was on the ground. But the penalty on the interference is going to give the Apaches a 1st down. And it's a 15-yard penalty here in high school, not a spot foul like it is in the NFL. Gaston gets on the board with 7 minutes left, trailing by 40, but they score 48-8 with 7 minutes to go against the Winnemac Warriors. So a new life here for the Apaches with 1st and 10 from the 38. And Kelsheimer and a big pop right there up the middle. Gets across the 40 to about the 39, or the 41. Bringing up a 2nd down. And about 6 here. Holly from the gun. Trips to the right. He's going to be back to throw. He's going to step up. Going to his left. And his arm was hit as he threw. And the ball is going to fall incomplete.
Kind of faked him out there.
Well, it's hard when you're rolling to your left to get anything on that, and then it looked like his arm was hit as he threw. So it's going to be a big 3rd down and 6 here for the Apaches. Ball on their own 41-yard line. Holly from the gun, trips to the right. Drops back, good pressure there by Tippecanoe Valley. Holly moving around.
He's just trying to get away from him.
And almost picked off by number 11, Jalen Potter. went through his hands, but he was the only one that got hands on it. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6 here for Wabash. They can't convert this one. This is it. Any small glimmer of hope that they have left rides on this play right here.
6 for Wabash. 3:20 to go in the game. Tippecanoe Valley by 15.
3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. 4th and 6 here. Holly out of the gun. Trips to the right. 2 to the left. And that one is a good defensive play there by Alex Morrison. Got hands on it and was able to tip it out of the reach of the receiver. And it's going to bring up a 1st down here for the Vikings as they take over on downs. 2nd time in a row that the Vikings have stopped Wabash on 4th down. And the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 from the Wabash 42. And Miller's going to hand off. And Gaff, not much there. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage, Libby.
I don't know.
You got a good line right down there. Let's see. Well, they're going to give him forward progress right at the line of scrimmage. Well, we were talking at the half about some of the stuff coming up tomorrow on RTC TV4 with the girls soccer sectionals at 2 p.m. up at Newton Park. It's going to be the Argus Lady Dragons taking on the Rochester Lady Zebras. We're going to have coverage for you live from Newton Park tomorrow on RTC TV4. Miller gives it off to the, no, he kept it. What a fake. And Miller's not able to get anywhere, though, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You're forgetting another major game tomorrow.
Well, I know I was interrupted by the football game here. So at 7 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to be live from Argus High School, the Argus sectional, where the Argus Dragons are going to be taking on the Winnemac Warriors.
Which are also a partnered school with us.
Yeah,
a new
3
one this
schools.
Year.
Yeah, 3 schools, all 4 teams playing, all members of the RTC TV4 family. So we're gonna family. We're all family here, Libby. So we're gonna have a lot going on, and then next week, oh my goodness, it's gonna be busy. It starts off pretty light. Tuesday, there's only 2, but we're gonna be starting volleyball sectionals.
Oh yeah.
We got a couple on Tuesday.
Nate was telling me Thursday he's working them, so
yeah,
look
we're gonna
out for
be.
Nate. He's good.
We're going to be over here
calling.
covering all the sectional action here from Tippecanoe Valley. They're hosting the 3A sectional, and the Vikings have a pretty good shot. Got to see them play a game earlier in the season against Oak Hill, and very impressive. They ended up losing that one in 5. And a little counter off to the left, Melanson. Or Morrison, my bad, that's 5, not 15. And still going to be shy of a 1st down. But, yeah, starting on Thursday, Libby, we're going to have volleyball sectional action. We're going to be covering games from Tippecanoe Valley, North Miami, Pioneer, Culver Community, and possibly Rensselaer Central.
Dang.
And then on Saturday, if we cover everything that I have listed, and Scott's cringing probably right now at the office, I've got 21 games scheduled for next Saturday. 6 sites, 3 games apiece of volleyball, and then Argus Regional Soccer, 3 games there. So
I want to let you know, I want to let the viewers know that I'm the scheduling coordinator, and I'm cringing too.
You're cringing too. Possibly 21 games on the books for next Saturday.
Woo-hoo. That's got to be a marker in our history.
Oh.
That's got to be something.
We're doing that this week, and that's crazy in itself. But to do that on one day, and if you have a team, Tippecanoe Valley, Winnemac, North Miami, Pioneer, Culver Community, anybody that you want to support, we will gladly run advertising. The ball's on the ground. So,
Not much of a play there.
yeah,
Didn't go very far. It kind of went
Wabash is going to
left and
take
right
over on
instead of
downs.
forward.
36-yard line. Tippecanoe Valley 35, Wabash 20.
But we're looking for people to advertise and sponsor us for our coverage of volleyball sectionals. You can email us at, what's the email? It's video. Well, you could have said that. You don't have to mouth it. video@rtc1.com and send in your request right there. And the pass is falling down to incomplete. Whether you're a business, an individual, a group, or whether you just want to sponsor us, you want to do some advertising with us, we'll gladly talk to you. You can email us video@rtc1.com, and we will definitely help you out. We got packages for volleyball sectionals, and we're going to be getting into football sectionals here in about 2 weeks. And the pass falls just short of his receiver at the 40-yard line. And Scott just reminded me that that's also the chili cook-off and red hot car show that's going on from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
That's
on
what
the
I'm
13th.
working. That's what I'm working. I'm going to see all those nice cars. There's this one lady there. She says, my husband bought me this car instead of an engagement ring. She has this whole story about it. I really want to get it on video this year.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's so funny. But
2:05 left to go here. The Vikings lead 35-20. Third down and 10 from the 35. Oh, and that's going to be a sack, number 58 of the Vikings, Jason Snap with the big
his last
sack.
name's Snap.
Snap.
That's kind of cool.
Jastin or Jastin? What would you say? J-A-S-T-E-N. Jastin? Jastin?
I'm not the person to ask about names.
Well, Snap gets the big sack for the Vikings, brings up a 4th and 19 here for the Apaches. Clock running, a minute 30 to go. Holly pressure again, and he just tosses. Oh, my gosh, Apache got it. How in the world they got that, and then they get a first down on that as well. And wide open across the middle, and what a great tackle right there by the Vikings. Noah Miller, the quarterback, gets the tackle, but not before the Apaches get enough for a first down. And they're going to clock it with a minute 3 left to go here.
This is nail-biting hour.
Just a glimmer of hope here for the Apaches. If they could put one in here quickly, get a onside kick, recovery, they're not completely out of this just yet. I've seen crazier things happen.
Last week here.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
So they're going to give Wabash another 5 yards.
Oh, I just want to let everyone know on the Wabash side, a few ladies were talking to me from the crowd. You can watch on our website, our schools are highlighted, and you can find Wabash-specific games. I know a few of you guys that are watching, they directed you to our website, rtc4.com, and I just want to throw that out there for you all.
And we've got a little bit of a mounting library of stuff that we've done with Wabash through the years.
Yeah, yeah.
Holly? And he's got Vandervelden, and he's going to be down at the 10-yard line. And they're going to have to get to the line quickly here. The clock will stop for a moment and start running now. So Wabash, and it's a touchdown.
Wow.
Vandervelden, that's the Logan Vandervelden with the touchdown reception, and Wabash is trying to keep things going.
You jinxed it. Yeah, since we've gained these 4 next schools, we actually have a lot of more Wabash coverage than anticipated. So
this is a huge extra point right here, trailing by 9. And it's up and good. So with 48.8 seconds left, Wabash back to within 8, 35-27.
wow.
We're going to take a break and come back with the exciting last minute here of action from Death Valley. You're watching RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Tom Kruger Construction, serving all of your building needs. From kitchen and bathroom remodeling to new home construction, you can always count on Kruger. Call or email anytime. Tom Kruger Construction.
RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, well, I can guarantee at this point here it's going to be an onside kick by the Apaches. Hands team in for the Vikings. Let's see what happens right here.
Up within the midfield as Wabash will have Karen Donde kick it away at the 40.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of the 11 Vikings in between the 45 and 50-yard line here. And let's see what happens.
They've been kicking them low, all night, so they're just preparing. There it is.
And the Vikings fall on it. Conley drops and gets on top of it, and a great job recovering that onside kick by the Vikings. And Wabash gave the Vikings everything that they wanted and some more here this evening, but the Vikings are going to pull out of here with the win. And Tippecanoe Valley is going to move to 5-3 on the season and look to be headed over to Southwood High School next week to take on the Southwood Knights for a TRC championship. That is going to be a tall test here for the Vikings next week. Southwood ranked number 4 in Class A. Look to be one of the challengers for the North here against Pioneer in the Class A sectionals. They'll meet in the semi-state round if they meet. So the Vikings going to be going down to Southwood next week, and I'm hoping I get to join them down there as the Vikings take on the Knights for the TRC championship. They win this one here 35-27 despite 4 turnovers and a late push by Wabash. The Vikings hold on. Final score 35-27. And another great evening of action here on RTC TV4. We thank you for tuning in. And we're going to be back tomorrow for soccer sectional final action. Starting at 2 o'clock, we'll be at Newton Park, where the Argus Lady Dragons look to find their first sectional title since 2014.
Dang.
Going against the Rochester Lady Zebras, looking for their first girls sectional soccer title ever. And then at 7 p.m. we'll be back live on the air at Argus High School, where the Argus Dragons, looking for their 8th straight sectional title, going to be going up against the Winnemac Warriors, looking for, I believe, their first ever sectional title. So Both games going to have 2 of our partner schools in them, so it'll be a great afternoon of soccer action tomorrow. And don't forget, next week we'll be back here at Tippecanoe Valley High School for the volleyball sectionals, hosted here by Tippecanoe Valley. So we'll be back with the Vikings on the volleyball call. So thanks to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Thanks to Marshall and Nate. Thanks to Libby.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm Steve Stricker saying good night here from Tippecanoe Valley, where the Vikings take the win 35-27. We'll see you later.